Reptiles rank among the most diverse groups of animals on our planet, with more than 12,000 species alive today. Their story stretches back roughly 312 million years to the late Carboniferous, and for much of that immense timeline, reptiles stood at the top of the food chain. Their first major rise began in the early Triassic with the pseudosuchians, and not long after came the most legendary reptiles of all time, the dinosaurs. For 165 million years, dinosaurs ruled the land in a reign that seemed unstoppable. But 66 million years ago, the non-avian dinosaurs were wiped out in a mass extinction event, seemingly ending the age of reptiles and opening the door for mammals to take over. Yet that common narrative misses an important detail. Another group of reptiles survived the catastrophe and rose to dominance in the aftermath. They were not as famous as dinosaurs or early pseudosuchians, but in many ways they became the true rulers of the post-dinosaur world. These were the Sebecids, a family of prehistoric, fully terrestrial crocodilomorphs belonging to the Sebecosuchians. Highly diverse and especially abundant in South America and parts of Europe, they evolved into formidable predators. In fact, they became the largest land carnivores since the giant theropod dinosaurs of the Mesozoic. But their story began in a surprisingly modest way, with their earliest known member, Ogrosuchus. For years, scientists believed all Sebecids lived strictly during the Cenozoic. That changed when Ogrosuchus fossils were dated to about 67.7 million years ago, meaning it actually lived alongside dinosaurs. Its remains were discovered in Spain, and compared to its later relatives, it was tiny. Adults reached only about 1 meter in length and weighed around 9 kilograms, roughly the size of a large monitor lizard. This small stature was likely no coincidence. Its environment hosted numerous carnivorous dinosaurs, including at least 8 different species. Among them was Pyroraptor, a small but specialized dromaeosaur that may have competed with Ogrosuchus for similar prey. The ecosystem also included hadrosaurs, ankylosaurs, and iguanodonts. While adult herbivorous dinosaurs would have been far too large, their eggs or young may have been vulnerable. Ogrosuchus was fully terrestrial and equipped with relatively powerful jaws capable of cracking eggs or tearing flesh. It also possessed long, upright legs and reduced armor, making it lighter and faster than modern crocodilians. This build likely allowed it to chase down smaller prey, possibly even juvenile dinosaurs. Still, most dinosaurs grew rapidly, limiting how long they remained vulnerable. As a result, small mammals and other non-dinosaurian animals were probably its primary food source. Despite living in a dinosaur-dominated world, Ogrosuchus or one of its close relatives managed to survive the asteroid impact that ended the Cretaceous. Exactly how Sebecids endured while non-avian dinosaurs perished remains uncertain. One theory centers on size. Very few animals weighing more than 25 kilograms survived the extinction event, and early Sebecids were comfortably below that threshold. Another possible advantage was a slow metabolism, similar to modern crocodilians, allowing them to survive on limited food in a devastated ecosystem. Whatever the reason, their survival would prove crucial. In the aftermath of the extinction, Sebecids became the last surviving lineage of Sebecosuchians. With ecosystems shattered and competition dramatically reduced, they began increasing in size rapidly. Within just 500,000 years, they were already emerging as top predators in certain regions. One early example is Zulmasuchus from Bolivia, dating to the early Paleocene. It was roughly 3 times larger than Ogrosuchus. While not enormous by later standards, such growth in a short period is remarkable. Zulmasuchus became the largest land carnivore in its environment, which consisted of river and lake systems. Unlike modern crocodiles, Zulmasuchus remained entirely land-based. Its tail was more rounded at the end rather than laterally flattened for swimming. It likely preyed on small mammals and amphibians, most weighing under 1 kilogram. Around the same time in Argentina, another similar-sized Sebecid named Lorosuchus was thriving, occupying a comparable ecological role. But these early forms were only the beginning. During the late Paleocene, Sebecids experienced one of their biggest evolutionary leaps with the arrival of Sebecus around 59.4 million years ago. Fossils have been found in Bolivia, Argentina, Colombia, and possibly Brazil. Sebecus marked the first truly large member of the family. Adults measured about 3 meters in length and weighed roughly as much as a male spectacled bear. Its environment was far more diverse than that of earlier species, including nautungulates, xenarthrans, metatherians, rodents, bats, and early primates. Fossil evidence reveals a remarkably varied diet. Mosasaurus preyed on bony fish, sharks, seabirds, turtles, ammonites, and even other marine reptiles. One giant sea turtle fossil shows deep bite marks matching Mosasaurus teeth. A separate specimen was discovered with the remains of a 1-meter-long fish preserved in its stomach, torn apart before being swallowed. Carbon isotope analysis suggests that even the largest marine reptiles were not safe. Mosasaurus sat firmly at the top of its food chain. To hunt effectively, it relied not just on power, but on speed. Its body was propelled primarily by a massive crescent-shaped tail that moved side to side, similar to fast-swimming fish like mackerel. This method of locomotion was highly efficient and may have allowed speeds approaching 30 miles per hour or 48 kilometers per hour. Its flippers, attached to strong muscles, helped with steering and stability. Some fossils even show injuries consistent with powerful flipper movements during high-speed maneuvers. Vision appears to have been one of its strongest senses. Large eye sockets with prominent sclerotic rings suggest excellent binocular vision, ideal for tracking prey. Brain case studies indicate its sense of smell was less developed, implying it hunted actively rather than scavenging. Survivors of these encounters often suffered long-term consequences. Fossils reveal bone infections, necrosis, and poorly healed fractures. Some individuals even show fused tail vertebrae that would have impaired swimming. Despite these hardships, Mosasaurus thrived across the globe. Fossils have been discovered in North America, Europe, South America, Africa, Antarctica, and parts of Asia. It occupied the Atlantic Ocean, the Western Interior Seaway, and the ancient Mediterranean region known as the Tethys Sea. It adapted to tropical, temperate, and even subpolar environments, typically inhabiting coastal waters around 50 meters deep, though evidence shows it ventured into deeper seas as well. In these waters, Mosasaurus lived alongside an impressive array of marine life. Other mosasaurs like Prognathodon and Tylosaurus, long-necked plesiosaurs such as Elasmosaurus, giant turtles like Protostega, and formidable sharks including Squalocorax and Cretooxyrhina. Competition among apex predators must have been intense. Evidence even suggests a smaller Mosasaurus was rammed and killed by a Tylosaurus, its skull fractured during the attack. For over 20 million years, Mosasaurus dominated the seas. Its fossils date back to around 82 million years ago. Then, 66 million years ago, everything changed. A massive asteroid struck Earth, triggering the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event. With their extinction, the great marine reptiles vanished. The oceans would never again see predators quite like Mosasaurus. Its reign ended abruptly, leaving behind only fossils and a reminder that even the mightiest sea monsters are not immune to Earth's greatest catastrophes. And yet, their story continues to fascinate us, proving that the ancient oceans were far more terrifying than anything swimming today. Subscribe to the Antique Animal channel and follow us to explore the most powerful and mysterious ancient creatures that once ruled the Earth.